Hello everyone, let's talk about the strategic management process. Strategic management is a process that involves managers from all parts of the organization in formulating and implementing strategies. The goal is to ensure the organization achieves long-term success and maintains a competitive advantage. The strategic management process consists of three key steps. First, establishing mission, vision, and goals. Secondly, analyzing external opportunities and threats. Third, analyzing internal strengths and weaknesses. Let's go through each step in detail. A vision describes the long-term direction of the company. It answers where do you want to be in the future. For instance, Google aims to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible. This vision inspires innovation and guides strategic decisions. A mission defines the organization's purpose. It answers three key questions. What do we do? Who do we serve? And how do we create value? For example, Tesla has a mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. This clearly tells us what the company stands for. Strategic goals are specific targets derived from the mission and vision. They are long-term, measurable, action-oriented. For example, AirAsia set a goal to become the leading low-cost airline in Asia. This goal drives decisions such as cost efficiency, route expansion, and pricing strategy. Once the direction is clear, managers must understand the external environment. Why? Because no organization operates in isolation. External forces create both opportunities and threats. Stakeholders are individuals or groups who affect or are affected by the organization. Examples include customers, employees, governments, investors. Take Grab as an example. Its stakeholders include drivers, passengers, regulators, and investors. Each group influences the company's strategy. Managers analyze several key areas: industry and market trends, competitor actions, political and regulatory environment, social and cultural trends, economic conditions, technological changes, human resource trends. This is often referred to as environmental scanning. Let's look at Netflix. Netflix identified a major opportunity: increasing internet speed and demand for online streaming. At the same time, it faced threats from competitors like Disney. By understanding these factors, Netflix shifted from DVD rentals to digital streaming. This was a strategic success. After analyzing the external environment, organizations must assess their internal capabilities. This helps answer, where are we good at? Where do we need improvement? Resources are the input used to create value. They can be divided into tangible resources and intangible resources. For example, Apple has strong intangible resources, especially its brand and design capability. Core competencies are unique strengths that provide a competitive advantage. They are valuable, rare, difficult to imitate. For example, Amazon has a core competency in logistics and supply chain management. This allows fast delivery and high customer satisfaction. Benchmarking is the process of comparing your organization's performance with others. It involves 4 steps. Firstly, decide what to measure. Secondly, collect data. Third, evaluate findings. Last but not the least, make improvements. For instance, Toyota benchmarked global manufacturing practices and developed the Toyota production system. This made it one of the most efficient car manufacturers in the world. Managers must avoid the not invented here syndrome. This is a negative attitude toward ideas from outside the organization. If companies refuse to learn from others, they may miss opportunities for improvement and innovation. We will cover three important areas. First, we will understand how SWOT analysis helps in strategy formulation. Second, we will explore different types of corporate, business, and functional strategies. Finally, we will examine how strategies are implemented and controlled. Let us begin with SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It is a tool used by managers to analyze both internal and external environments. Strengths and weaknesses are internal factors, things the organizations can control, and opportunities and threats are external factors whereby conditions in the environment that the organization must respond to. Let's look at Grab Holdings as an example. Grab's strengths include its strong brand and large customer base in Southeast Asia. However, it faces weaknesses such as high operating costs. At the same time, opportunities arise from the rapid growth of the digital economy, while threats come from strong competitors like Gojek. This analysis helps managers understand their strategic position. SWOT analysis is not just about listing factors, it is about using them to make decisions. Managers match strengths with opportunities, address weaknesses, and develop strategies to defend against threats. This step is critical because it transforms analysis into actionable strategies. Next, we move to corporate strategy. Corporate strategy defines the overall direction of the organization. It answers the question, what business should we be in? It also determines how resources are allocated across different business units. There are four main types of corporate strategy. First, concentration, focusing on a single business. Second, vertical integration, expanding into suppliers or distributors. Third, concentrate diversification, expanding into related business. Fourth, conglomerate diversification, expanding into unrelated industry. Let's look at examples. McDonald's focused on concentration by specializing in fast food. Tesla used vertical integration by producing its own batteries. Apple used concentrate diversification by expanding into related products like wearables. Meanwhile, Samsung Group operates across many unrelated industries, demonstrating conglomerate diversification. In recent years, we see important trends. Many companies engage in mergers and acquisitions to grow. At the same time, some firms reduce diversification and focus on their core business. Diversification is often more attractive in slow growth industries where companies seek new opportunities. At the business level, strategy focuses on how to compete. Business strategy defines how a company builds and sustains competitive advantage in a particular market. For example, AirAsia adopts a low-cost strategy. In contrast, Apple uses a differentiation strategy by focusing on design, innovation, and brand value. Both strategies are effective but target different competitive approaches. Functional strategies operate at the departmental level. Each function, such as marketing, HR, finance, and operations, develops its own strategy to support the overall business strategy. In AirAsia, functional strategies support its low-cost model. Marketing focuses on promotions, HR ensures efficient staffing, and operations emphasize quick turnaround times. Together, these functions support the overall strategy. Now we move to strategy implementation. This is where plans are turned into action. Implementation involves defining tasks, assessing capabilities, developing a plan, and executing it effectively. However, implementation is often challenging. Common barriers include unclear strategies, poor leadership, weak communication, and lack of coordination across departments. These issues can cause even well-designed strategies to fail. For example, Netflix successfully implements its strategy by investing in content, aligning global teams, and using data-driven decisions. This shows how strong execution supports strategic success. Finally, we look at strategic control. This involves monitoring performance, comparing actual results with planned goals, and taking corrective action when necessary. Organizations use two types of budgets. Strategic budgets focus on long-term effectiveness and are flexible. Operational budgets focus on short-term efficiency and are tightly controlled. For example, Amazon continuously monitors key performance indicators such as delivery speed, customer satisfaction, and operational efficiency. This allows the company to quickly adjust its strategies. Thank you for your attention.